Welcome to today's episode of The Stretcher. I'm your host, Jesse Swear, nationally recognized inclusive fitness trainer, silver snake reflection instructor, and you can find out more about me. Visit my website at www.jesseswear.com. You're probably wondering there, Funkified Maniacs worldwide across the globe, silver sneaker members, new members, YouTube subscribers, and those Facebook live streamers. What am I doing with dumbbells, right? Weights for the stretcher. Well, today what we're going to focus on is we're going to focus on the effectiveness and the strengthening of the biceps so that you can improve movement and that you can improve range of motion and strength. But before we can do that, we need to make sure that those biceps and those tendons are elongated so that you can have an effective and efficient and impactful bicep routine. So we're going to be focusing on those biceps. I'm going to put those down to the side because we're not going to use any weights for the demonstrations today, but we are going to go through 4 different exercises to hopefully increase some of that range of motion and that muscular effectiveness of your bicep curls or anything that you utilize with those biceps. And before we get started, there are a few things I do need to go over. So if you do have any lightheadedness, pain, dizziness, discomfort, or fatigue, hit the pause button. And then the other thing is that virtual liability. And I know I have cut off my feet today, so hopefully you realize I do have some toes here in this picture. So the other virtual liability is you should always consult with that physician before engaging in any physical activity program. By participating in this online exercise with me, you assume all dangers, hazard, risks of such participation. Exercises demonstrated by the instructor in this online class can be demanding if you're unable to safely perform these exercises. Again, please modify them or choose a different set of exercises. Number 2, I know you can't see me. I can't hear you either. We are going to change form throughout this routine. So again, you do want to tuck the belly, tuck the tailbone. You can do this in the standing position. There are exercises to stretch the bicep in that standing position as well, utilizing the wall. We're not going to be utilizing that because I'm in the seat. But we are going to be shifting our weight back for some of those exercises and probably shifting our weight a little bit forward for those exercises. So you're going to change that dynamic, typically what I go over, but you still want to keep that chest out, shoulders up, back and down, and then that nice solid neutral position. 3, make sure you breathe through these stretches because you're going to be holding for about 30 seconds each. If we're doing a particular side, 30 seconds, another particular side, 30 seconds, or bilateral, 30 seconds. And then 4, ready to proceed exertion. 1 through 3, because we are in the seated and we're not doing anything cardiovascular. This is more of a stretching type routine and to walk you through some stretches you can do on your own to improve that muscular effectiveness and the elongation of those tendons in that bicep so you don't have injury or further the injury if you might already have some. And then 5, you want to hydrate. I didn't bring my hydration along. This is a quick video for you out there, so hopefully you enjoy it and hopefully you get something out of it. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel or go to Facebook or go to my website. Now, the first exercise that we're going to go over as I rub my eyes because I am a little hydrated today is the seated bicep stretch, okay? So not only is this a seated bicep stretch, but it's also going to get the spine and the chest. So we're going to just take that left hand, I'm going to push it out towards you, but then I'm going to turn it like I'm turning a knob on a door handle, correct? I'm going to take that right hand now, and I'm going to grab the palm or those fingers, and I'm going to pull down and get that stretch. But when I pull down and get that stretch, I feel the forearm, right? The brachioradialis, that form, but I also want to feel that bicep, that brachii, and the brachialis, I guess you would say, stretch as well. So I'm going to pull, but I'm also going to lean back in my chair and get a greater stretch, and I'm going to push that chest out, and I'm also going to stretch my spine. So as I do that, and on that left side, I'll show you the side view of that. As I put my hand out, I turn that doorknob so that palm is up now in the air. I'm going to take that right hand. I'm going to stretch the brachioradialis and the forearm. I'm going to stretch the brachii and the brachialis, all right? So not the brachioradialis as well, but all the brachii. I'm going to pull, but I'm going to lean back, push that chest up and get a nice stretch. So I'm actually stretching my chest as well as I push the sternum up, I push the rib cages up, and I concave that lower lumbar. And I'm getting that stretch. And I want to hold it. So if you have a chair, it's nice to have that chair, lean on back on that chair and get that stretch. So you're going to really get a nice stretch through that forearm and through that bicep, and you're keeping your arm straight on out in front of you as you flex. Now you don't need to use the chair. You can just, if you've got a good spine, then you just want to stretch it just like that. Now as you get that stretch, you want to hold that for about 30 seconds. Feels good, doesn't it? But you don't want to break that arm, and then you want to go to the other side and do the other side the exact same way. So I take that right hand out, I would turn it so it is in that really horizontal plane right now, and I'm going to flip it up. I'm going to take that left hand, I'm going to pull down, and I'm going to start leaning back, stretching. I can really feel this right side get a stretch more than that left side, and I'm going to lean on back. So again, this helps with muscular performance, muscular effectiveness, helps you elongate, stretch that tendon out, helps you prevent injury. And again, you're pushing that chest out, and you're getting a nice spine stretch as well. So about 30 seconds on each arm individually, unilaterally, and you will notice a difference if you do this on a regular basis. So that's the first stretch. Now, there's 3 more. The next one is arm behind the back. Now, I know some of you might struggle with this as you extend those arms behind you. I'll go to the side, and I'll show you exactly what you're going to do. And turn my chair. You'll extend those arms, just sit up on the edge of that chair, chest out, shoulders up, back and down, tuck belly, tuck belly. You're going to pull those arms back, right? But as I pull those arms back, so I got to sit on the edge of the chair, and I do have a chair or an exercise chair back, I want to be able to put those arms together and squeeze them and pull them up as best I can. So now if I can get my arms up here on top of that chair and get a nice stretch, not only do I get a chest stretch, but I also get a bicep stretch as well. Now if you can't get those arms together, you extend them back and you can't get them together, what I want you to do is I want you to just try to pull them together as best you can. And if you have to grab that exercise chair like I am right now, I'm grabbing that exercise chair, I'm just kind of holding on to it. So I'm getting a stretch. I'm going to try to walk those hands up as high as I can to get that stretch of the bicep, of the chest, but I'm really trying to focus on that bicep stretch. So the best is try to reach behind you, grab those hands, and then extend them up. And as you extend them up, you're going to feel that stretch, not only in the chest, not only in the spine, but you're going to feel that diaphragm, you're going to feel those triceps, you're going to feel those biceps, and again, it's a good overall stretch for those biceps, but for the body as well. And you want to hold that again for another about 30 seconds. And then we're going to go to that third stretch, that horizontal arm extension, okay? So this is a little different in terms of what we do. So edge of that chair again, chest out, shoulders up, back and down. And take those arms straight on out, right? So they're going to be parallel. So they're not going to be up like this. They're going to be right here, not down here. But if you can only put your arms here, because your range of motion, then this is what we got to work with. The goal is to try to get them parallel as you can. Side view would look like this. So they're straight on out, as you can see. Arms straight on out. All right? So now what I want you to do is I want you to have the palms down now. So now my palms are down, so my hands aren't popped up anymore. They're down. And I'm going to turn those thumbs down. So palms are facing away from the screen right now. Side view would look like this. We start here, we drop here, and then we turn those palms down. Thumbs should be facing the floor. Chest should be out, thumbs should be facing the floor, and you're trying to find that parallel. And now with those thumbs down facing the floor, I want you to just go pull back and come forward. Back and forward. Back and forward. Now you can go a little faster pace if you want. You're going to feel that a little bit more. But again, it stretches the bicep out, it stretches the shoulder out. You're going to feel that shoulder as well. And you're just going back and forth. Again, this is a horizontal arm extension, thumbs down, and then forward backwards with this motion for 30 seconds. Now if you feel any pain, discomfort, again, what you want to do is you want to stop immediately with that pause button. As I know I'm feeling some pain in my shoulder, so I'm going to just drop it down a little bit and change that range of motion. There you go, and you're pulling them back. Woo! Now, to get more than a stretch of the bicep there, I know you are. Awesome job at home. Again, 30 seconds, and you do this as frequently as you need throughout your day or throughout the other days or alternative days that you're not exercising. And then number 4, again, it's for effectiveness and impactfulness of those biceps. Number 4, and our last exercise that I'm going to demonstrate today is wrist rotation stretch. Yeah, you're thinking about this, right? Or this, rotating. Sort of. But we got to get those shoulders involved as well because we want to stretch that bicep. And the long head of that bicep is connected. It's the insertion of the glenohumeral joint on that long head. You get your short head, it doesn't connect to the glenohumeral head. The long head does, so we want to activate that long head of that bicep. So we're going to stick, there you go, those hands out. We're going to extend those hands, right? And we're going to twist those wrists, but we also want to get those shoulders rolling. So when I say twist those wrists, those thumbs are going to be up. You see how those thumbs are up, right? A little different than when the thumbs were here, and then the thumbs were down. So the thumbs are going to be up here, and you're just going to roll. There you go. Roll. And you're going to roll the shoulders and twist the wrist. Roll the shoulders, twist the wrist. And right now I'm just going forward with it. So I'm rolling the shoulders, twist the wrist. I'll show you that side view. Roll the shoulders, twist the wrist. So you're really trying to twist that wrist, but you're rolling those shoulders forward. Roll those shoulders forward, twist that wrist. Now if you go forward with it for your 30 seconds, you're going to feel the shoulders, I'm telling you. You're also going to feel that bicep. So again, it's really getting the shoulders activated activates that long head of the bicep. And you want to try to keep them parallel as much as you can. As you can see, my hands are dropping because I do have a deficit and I do have injury. And again, I'm on a video screen as well. So now we want to go back with them, right? And you're rolling the shoulders back. And you're rolling that thumb back. As you see, I'm rolling. So I'm retracting those shoulder blades. So you should feel the shoulder blade retracting as you go back as well. And again, 30 seconds. We're almost there. How do you feel? Feels good, doesn't it? You're going to be like, oh my gosh, my shoulders, they're burning. My biceps are stretching, and I can't hold my arms up any longer. And that's okay if you can't, because we get about 10 seconds of rolling back. Side view, roll those thumbs back, roll those shoulders, roll those wrists back. Wrist back, wrist back. Woo! Shake them off. There's your 4 exercises. Get out of here, my friends. From that window to the wall, from that floor to the door. May that light be lamp your feet and light your path at all times. Subscribe. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope those biceps and those shoulders, as they're intertwined and they're connected, right here at that insertion point, they continue to get improvement and elongation, and they get hypertrophy that you want as well. Peace, my friends.